Hi, Cancer. This is your December 2025 reading. I'm Mystica Venice, and welcome to my channel. I start by clearing the energies. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, please be here now to give Cancer divine messages for their highest good for December 2025. We welcome you and thank you for being here. Please protect this space from any negative energies. Thank you. Okay, so let's pull some themes for the month. I'm going to start with the Sacred Forest deck and find out what's going on for you, Cancer. What are some of the themes that Cancer can expect to come up this month, 2025? Anything else? Okay, power. We've got dragon power. It's holding like a ball of energy. Oh, it's like the moon, and he's protecting a woman. There's see the woman down here? I didn't even notice that. So it's a protective energy, and it's also like about calling back your power, calling back your energy from the places that it went. It could be a time to do like a cord cutting and to call back your power, or just to rest in order to recharge. She, in this picture, is recharging under the stillness of the full moon here, with her dragon protecting her. So, like, trust that you will be protected and rest when you need to, when you feel called to rest. Okay, and this is the Unknown Oracle deck. Oh, the thread. So there's like, you know, it kind of looks like you're holding on for safety to this thread, but it's also like the thread that like weaves the story of your life. And like a thread can be woven. Like you have the ability to kind of control where this thread goes. But also like it shows like a bit of fear, like holding on to a thread. There's sort of like a Rorschach ink blot test happening here, and it's giving sort of like mountains and lightning and the rainbow. So I'm feeling like a light at the end of the tunnel, or like a cloud with silver linings. So you may be experiencing some dark, heavy moments, but just remember, like the thread will guide you. The desert. You may feel like times are sparse. You may feel like resources are thin at this time, or have felt sort of like alone, you know, like asking for help. But again, the moon with the intuition, it talks about like using this time and space here to really like clear your thoughts. Use this time for mental clarity and to really like think about, you know, how you're going to get yourself out of this desert, and using your intuition to know when a mirage is a mirage. We'll see how this ties into your tarot reading. Let's see, what deck do I want to start with? We'll use this one. This is a deck that I bought in Thailand. Cancer, December 2025. What do we have for Cancer? Ooh, so when a card pops out onto the floor, it means that it wants extra emphasis. Ooh, the World card. So you, my friend, are closing out a cycle. This is the end of a difficult journey for you. And this talks about, like, you have succeeded in this part of your life, even if it's a difficult cycle you're closing out. It's like to celebrate, like, what you have gone through and how far you've come and what you've learned on the journey and how strong that's made you, but also in being so strong, how you can understand also the softness. There's all the elements here: earth, air, fire, water. We've got the laurel. Yeah, and it's like when this chapter closes, like there's not like a way to go back to this old cycle. And it may be something that you've anticipated or wanted to happen for quite some time. Let's pull some more cards and get a little bit of a story going here. Cancer, December 2025. This is a really quick moving energy with the Eight of Wands. You may be receiving messages at this time also. But so the cycle is ending with the World, and you have the Eight of Wands, quick moving action. It's happening really fast. You have the Eight of Cups reversed. And so, like, you're going to be leaving a situation in your life, but you might be, like, still apprehensive about it. And the Three of Pentacles, and it's going to take a lot of, like, community, working with people in order to achieve this journey, to go on this journey. It's going to take help and working together, and also planning and organizing in order for it to be really successful with the Emperor card. It really needs to be planned and thought out. Why can't I find that deck? It might... Oh. Is this it? Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Tell me about the World card here for Cancer. Oh. Got the Ace of Swords. So it's like you have mental clarity at this time. Like a newfound clarity after getting the World card, like closing out the cycle. So it's giving you a newfound clarity. And you received, like, a new perspective. That's in reverse. So, like, you know, maybe it wasn't something that you had, like, planned on, but for whatever reason, like, you see, like, the writing on the wall now. You know, like, you were kind of, like, had to see this. You weren't, like, taking time to contemplate. This is, like, something that happened to you, but now you have this new perspective. Eight of Pentacles. This was also in the reverse. You've done a lot of work on this, but it's like as far as you can go in this situation, like this old situation. That's why you're closing it out with the World, and like it's not without some grief. You know, it's not without some grief. Like there may have some dreams that you're putting down at this time, or having to like rework, or some things that you have to leave behind. You know, so it's like a blessing, but also it's like bittersweet. But ultimately, you are planning for this new future with the Three of Wands, and you are, you know, now waiting for your ships to come in. With the River here in this card, it's saying there's like a lot of flow. There's going to be like ease in this next journey. It's going to have more of a sense of ease. You know, it kind of feels like you were pedal to the metal, like grinding the wheel, you know, really doing the grind. But this next journey is going to have more ease. And this is Coming in fast. So 8 of Wands. Why is the 8 of Wands here? That's too many. That just kind of slipped out. So why is the 8 of Wands here? Because, you know, like you're standing in your power here with the High Priestess, and you've been like working on using your intuition. You may be divinely guided to take this next step, like to take this risk. And like you were in a spiritual place. And so maybe like some of these things that you were working on before, like maybe you don't believe in them anymore, or like they don't, now that you have like this new intuitive perspective, like maybe it's like you were working for a job that morally you disagree with now, and you don't want to continue to do that. But either way, you're using your intuition to trust going on this journey. Anything else about Judgment? Yeah, you're getting a second chance here. Getting a second chance. Like this may have been a journey that you were supposed to go on before, or go on all along. Or it could just be that you're getting like a second chance in life and the way that you choose to live your life. And it could just be like divinely guided, like this is like your path. So you have the Knight of Cups and the Hermit as well. And so the Knight of Cups is like, he's taking action towards emotional fulfillment. Like he is taking action. This is you at this time. And like, I feel like the Hermit goes with the 8 of Cups here because, you know, oftentimes the 8 of Cups is he's going on a spiritual journey. He's leaving behind, you know, a lot of full cups. There's, you know, things that he has that he's leaving behind that can't go with him. But he's following like the light of the moon, and this card a lot of times has an eclipse in it. It stands for change. And so like he's learning the secrets of the Hermit. And now the Hermit spends time in introspection, studying, you know, like the laws of nature, bringing down like he learns, you know, by spending time alone and listening to his own thoughts, like listening to his own mind, for that mental clarity. And what he learns, he brings back down to the village, you know, after he's finished. So it's saying, like, I feel that this is a spiritual journey, or where you're going is more spiritually fulfilling. Like, maybe you live in a big city and you're moving to a smaller town, and you're going to be more emotionally fulfilled. And the Knight of Cups is just you're taking action because it's like, because you know it's going to be more fulfilling. Like, you just, you know, moving towards this better lifestyle, like this better, more rewarding. It feels like a big life change. And then so you're working, is there anything else? You're working 3 of Pentacles, the Moon. So it's like, yeah, you are using your intuition. You have here both the High Priestess and the Hermit and the Moon. So like, there is something coming to light that, you know, like, once you, like, the moon, like, lights this up, it may be something that you haven't looked at in a while, have been trying to ignore, or something that you didn't know at all. It could also be a secret or a dream. But pay attention at this time to those things, because they are significant. And this secret may have to do with how you work in community, how you work with people, or it could just be about people that you work with, your community. Can I get more about this moon? It could be that too. You could be moving just because like a secret comes out about the community. Like maybe maybe it's like a change for like a healthier lifestyle, and so you're moving to a place that like has cleaner air or water or something like this, right? Knight of Wands, and you're just gonna take action. Like once you find this out, you're like gone. But you have to organize, and that's why you have the Emperor here. The Emperor is, strategic. He plans. He's like benevolent, and he can also, start wars and things like that. But he uses a lot of discernment. Oh, you got the Tower. You got the Tower. So yeah, it's like you're having a total life change here. But like I would say to trust this, because like when you receive the Tower, the reason the Tower happens is because like this foundation was old and crumbling, and it didn't take much for this tower to fall over, right? And the reason it happens is because it needs to be rebuilt to have like more structure and more solid foundation. Like you cannot build a good life on a shaky structure. Like then it's very hard to live paycheck to paycheck, or or to work at a job that is a dead end, or to live in a house that you're not happy in, with people that you're not happy in, with this Three of Pentacles. What happens after the Tower here? Anything else on the Tower? The Cancer? Six of Cups. So you either, and this is probably both, have a lot of fond memories about the past, but also you're going to be making a lot of fond memories where you're going in the future. Like, don't spend too much time dwelling on the past and like reminiscing too long. Not right now. You can do that later, but like you've got to be strategic right now. And the Tower comes as a sudden shock, right? So it's like something that you didn't know was coming. It's a surprise. It could be anything, but like have your strategy, your exit plan prepared here. Some of you may have an idea what's coming, but I feel like with the Moon, this is definitely something that you don't see coming. So I'm not trying to scare you, but like, the Tower comes when we need it the most, to change our life for the better. It's like the universe is saying no more. It's like, honestly, sometimes it's like things that you want to change, but you don't want to change, and so you don't get around to changing it, and then the universe says, you know what, like this has to change, like no more, this isn't working. Where is Cancer going? Where is Cancer going on this journey? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull a couple of these cards that I made. I actually had one of these a few years ago, but when I was moving it got damaged. It had like water on it from plants, so I made another one recently. Oops, I do it when I'm meditating. Speak your truth. Family. Ego death. Shed past versions of yourself. Ego death. You're having an ego death. There's something about you that you don't resonate with, or like something about your old life that you don't resonate with. Let's see, let me get a couple more of these. Telekinesis. That's a good one. Act swiftly. More research is needed. Go after what you want. Okay, so let's see here. So what is this ego death that Cancer is having in December? What is this ego death? Shed some light on this. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles. You know, like the ego death is this person of you, like maybe identifying with like who you are is like what you do for work, or like having to work so hard. You know, you identify with being a hard worker, or like constantly being on the go, 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 go. Or maybe this could also be like a change in career and a lucrative career. Anything else on this ego death? Tell me about this ego death. The Lovers. You could be coming out of a relationship. Or maybe like, yeah, you're coming out of a relationship. You always saw yourself as, you know, you're the couple that you were in, and now, you know, you're seeing yourself as not that. You're yourself now. So it could be a few things. It could be work. It could be love. What is family coming in? What is family going to do for Cancer here? Knight of Wands. Okay. They are going to help you take action to get out of this situation. Nine of Wands, you're going to be able to finally put down these burdens. You've been resilient. They see you've been resilient. You've been, you know, diligent, and like you know, are like fragile after battle. You've like, you know, you've been handling this a long time, but you can't do it anymore. So they're coming in to help. You may have to tell them, you know, you may have to be honest with people around you that you need some help so you can get out of the desert, right? And recuperate, recharge your batteries here. King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune again. This is on the Speak Your Truth, so it's like, seems to me that once that you speak your truth to your family about what's going on, you and them are going to receive mental clarity on this situation, and it's what starts the wheel in motion to this catalyst of change that you're going through right now with the Tower coming up. So, but the Wheel of Fortune is very like lucky, and you know, this could be bringing in something much better for you. You might just not know what it is yet, but this could be way better than even what you had imagined, you know, for yourself. The telekinesis, is that the one where you're, ESP, is telekinesis actually moving things with your mind? But, Page of Pentacles. On the telekinesis, you know, you may be, starting a business with one of your spiritual gifts. What else about telekinesis here? That can be part of the ego death too, because this, you know, you have all this, like, you've become more spiritual, and you can't, like, you know, ride the hamster wheel like you used to anymore. Yeah, Ten of Wands. You're going to be putting down these burdens. You had the Nine of Wands here, being resilient. You're getting to the end of the road. You could put these burdens down, and pursue this gift, this spiritual gift, into something that's like a reliable business idea. Act swiftly. Oh, it's too many. Why do we have act swiftly here? I think it's just because you're planning the Tower, you know, like this is all happening very fast. A lot of times the tensions rise during the holidays. The cracks start to show where like you were able to gloss things over, but like the stress and the tension and the spending of money during the holidays, sometimes the cracks just start to show, and it sets into motion what was already there, right? So act swiftly. You have the Seven of Swords. You know, like there's somebody untrustworthy in your energy. Maybe that's why you need to act swiftly, or don't be too trusting. It also says like you've been carrying like more. It can mean that you've been carrying more than your share of the load. Also, you know, act swiftly. This is actually interesting because the Seven of Swords, this guy, the Seven of Swords, he's like a sneaky character, but what he's doing is he is going to the other camp of a battle camp, and he's stealing their swords while they're asleep at night. So this may mean to like act swiftly, like if you need to move, like move. Or maybe it's that you're like not telling somebody you're gonna move and you're just gonna do it, moving in the middle of the night, packing your bags and go. Page of Swords, again, there's a message of mental clarity here. You've been working very hard, and the nostalgia. So it's like, yeah, you're kind of like you're doing the research, you're studying what you need to do in order to like get yourself out of the situation, and you're working really diligently on it. And the Six of Cups again, like this is going to lead to more better memories. You know, like this, you've got Six of Cups twice. This is joy, happy memories, confirmation. I think that's an Amazon truck. So, although it's going to be really hard, when you get to where you need to go, it's going to be really good. It's going to be great. So just trust, you know, at this time, but do the work. But, you know, like if you've been planning this, thinking about it, it seems like this is the right direction for you to go in at this time. This one says more research is needed. I mean, I see here that you are, like, you know, the advice is to do the research, to, like, in the Emperor card, to plan this, to really plan it. And the Moon, and the Sun. So this is use your intuition and pay attention to, like, messages. Oh, you know what that confirmation was? My roommate's toast burning. And the Sun, that's ultimate joy and happiness. So, like, trust your intuition that you are going in the correct direction for you, for your life's path, to move with ease. You know, something here wasn't working. And all this, as hard it is to admit that and give that up, this is what is called for at this time. If this is not your message, leave it behind. You know, if this resonates, please let me know, and go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.